This is a guide on how to set up a VPN on your phone. For those that are within the 4 regions, which are US, UK, Australia, and Canada, if you're trying to target your own country, then you will not need a VPN to do so. For those that are outside the 4 regions, US, UK, Australia, and Canada, and are trying to target one of these regions, then you will need a VPN and a SIM. Let's start it off with where to get a VPN and how to set up the VPN on your phone. And then we'll talk about where to get a SIM card. First things first, if you want to get yourself a VPN, all you need to do is go to the App Store. Now, there are 2 types of VPNs that you can get. The first is a free VPN. As you can see, I simply searched up free VPNs, and you can see a wide list of these VPNs. So there is many to try. Let's talk about the pros and the cons of a free VPN. Simply put, the biggest pro of a free VPN is that it is free, right? On the other hand, there are more important cons to the free VPNs, which you have to take into consideration. The cons of the free VPNs is that more than likely it will have a low quality pool of IPs, which is very important when you're trying to target another country on TikTok. The second con, which is also very important to keep into consideration, is that these free VPNs more than likely will have reused IPs, right? And if you log in onto a TikTok account with a reused IP, you're more than likely to get flags, for example, the civic flag. Let's talk about the paid VPNs, right? For that, you can simply just search up VPNs, and it'll literally show you both the free and the paid ones. For example, one would be NordVPN, another one would be Proton. There's many paid VPNs to try out as well. Let's talk about the pros of a paid VPN. The first pro would be that you would have a higher quality pool of IPs, right? That's a very important thing. Also, you would also have faster IPs, which is very important too. The biggest con of paid VPNs would be that you need money, right? Paid VPNs obviously require money, and sometimes people aren't in a situation where they can, spend the money on these paid VPNs. So, if you don't have money to buy the VPNs, then you're stuck with either free VPNs, or you need to do the Android plus SIM method, or the iPhone 7 plus the SIM method. Next, let's start it off with what to do once you have the VPN. In this case, I'm going to be using a free VPN that I just downloaded. I don't recommend you use the same VPN because it's more than likely already washed, but it'll work for this demonstration. First thing you're going to do is, open up the app. If you want to buy the subscription for the VPN that you have, feel free to do so, right? Once you have bought your subscription, more than likely it'll show you a pool of IPs that you can choose from, right? It'll show you different countries, and it'll also show you a lot of different locations within a country. In this case, I'm going to be choosing the UK, right? Since I am in the US, this will be a better demonstration. So once you choose a location and want to turn on the VPN, more than likely it'll show up a pop-up like this or something similar. And if it doesn't show this, it will definitely show the next part, right? It's going to ask for permission. You just have to agree to it, right? And this should be something that always pops up, right? It would say the app name, and then it says, would like to add VPN configurations. All you have to do is press allow. It'll take you to your settings. It'll ask you to input your password. And then once you do that, it should automatically connect, and then the VPN should be on. So on the Planet VPN, it does say that the VPN is on, but if you want to double check that, all you have to do is scroll down on the right side, And right next to the Wi-Fi icon, you should see a little VPN sign. If it shows up, then you're good to go. That's really all you have to do to set up the VPN. If you want to check your location, you can simply do that by searching up on Safari or Chrome, what is my location. Another good one is you can search up NordVPN IP checker. What this will do is it'll show you your IP address. So if the IP address is in a different location, then you're good to go. Now that we know where to get a VPN, how to set it up, the next part is you're going to need a SIM card. Simply put, you can really get these SIM cards on Amazon. Realistically, that is one of the best places to get the SIM cards. It's actually where I got my SIM cards. Now, in your case, if you're looking to get a US SIM card, there's a bunch of options, but the one I would really recommend is this prepaid SIM right here. It's $4, so it isn't too much. It isn't too heavy, and it isn't really heavy at all on your pocket. Another good option would be if I scroll down a little bit, it would be the Leica Mobile. Another great option. When you're buying a SIM card, all you really have to focus on is just having the physical SIM. Activating the SIM card is not necessary. I don't recommend it in the first place. All you need is a physical US SIM card. Once you have that in your hand, you're good to go. Another thing to keep in mind, these overpriced SIM cards, they're not necessary. You just need a little physical SIM card. That's why the cheaper ones are always best. $26, $25, $27, $72. It's not worth it. And that's basically it. How to set up a SIM card. A video will be shown on that. How to set up a VPN, you guys just saw. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys.